So guys, UFC 284 has just wrapped up, and yeah, I have to admit myself, it was a pretty stacked card. There was a lot of hype about the main event, Islam Makachev versus Alexander Volkanovski, and that, for Alexander Volkanovski, it was going to be on his home turf, in front of his home crowd, his audience, and yeah, I mean, look, it was for me, the fight was close, but I don't think that Alexander Volkanovski lost that fight personally. I mean, I had to go back and watch the fight a few times myself, and okay, first of all, I'll say that in the beginning, I really did have Islam Makachev winning that fight hands down, because these Dagestani guys, once they get you on the ground, that's it. You're not getting back up again, and yeah, I watched the fight myself, and I have to say that I was actually taken aback, and I thought, no, the win should have gone to Alexander Volkanovski. At the very least, if Alexander Volkanovski didn't win, then at least, and you may disagree with me for saying this, and I'm very careful about what I say, can I say that really the fight would have ended with a draw? Because when I look at it, Alex really did put up a really, really good fight on the ground, and during his stand-up as well. But another point I would like to make is that this has happened quite a few times now in the very recent and past months. The judges in the UFC, they don't seem to know what they're doing. For me, in my own personal opinion, you should have someone in those seats, in those three seats, and when making a decision for the fights, for the outcome of the fights, you should have someone who has been involved in mixed martial arts, not necessarily up to a professional, maybe competing level, but at least someone who has been coaching in the sport, whether it's in mixed martial arts, judo, BJJ, or even boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, because you will have people who have actually been, okay, maybe not necessarily in the competitive competitive areas, but they have been training people. They will know what to look for. They will know they'll know what to look for. They'll know how to judge and score the fight properly and accurately. Because I do think for the fighters, it is pretty annoying when you put all that hard work and time and effort into not just your fight camp, but also and also when you're there in the cage actually competing on fight day or fight night, wherever and whenever it may be. It's very annoying because you feel let down. You feel as if everything has been in vain. You feel like everything just been a waste of your time, and it's very, very painful and hurtful. And then of course there's the financial aspects as well. You've got to pay your team, your corner, your support, and you keep on losing fights. If you're not, even though you may still have that star power, if you're an exceptional athlete in a particular promotion, such as the UFC, the big golden boy in mixed martial arts, unless if you're a specific exceptional star, unique star, then you can start. The disadvantage of not having that benefit is that things such as sponsorships and other sorts of deals with big brands and big names and big figures start to gradually slip away. Now, will I say that this is like a table of tables have been turned for Alexander Volkanovski, because back in 2020 at UFC 251, the same thing kind of happened to him, but in the opposite direction, the other way around, and when he fought against Max Holloway. And I remember that fight clearly. Max Holloway was the winner of that fight, but for some reason, at least one of those judges thought that Alexander Volkanovski won that fight. And at the beginning of this video, I said clearly that I think there's an issue with the UFC judging at the moment in that particular promotion. I said that because this has happened quite a few times now in the very recent fights that we've had. But again, this is just my own personal opinion, guys. I'd like to know what you think. Of course, many other people already have made their opinions and what they think really clear on social media and on YouTube. Even the UFC executive, just after the fight, David Shaw, when he was taking questions at the press conference after the fight, he agreed that he agreed that he thought Alexander Volkanovski clearly was the winner of that fight. So guys, let me know what you think. Again, I know many people have made their opinions clear, but let me know what you think when to myself, who do you think won that fight? I put out a poll on Instagram just on Sunday morning. Now it's Monday morning, but just yesterday on Sunday morning, about who do you think won the fight. And surprisingly, some people were still voting for Islam, saying that he was clear winner in that fight. But each to their own. Everybody has their own opinion. The people say that opinions are just like assholes. Everybody has one. So guys, let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Of course, I will have more podcasts and other opinionated videos about the combat sports coming up in the near future. Thank you very much, and stay safe, and goodbye.